This is CJ, the greatest new addition to our pack.
Doggy, doggy, doggy.
There's nothing in that cup.
I love mornings with our granddaughter.
So did I. Mostly because she gave me bacon.
So how was it directing animals? Was it a challenge?
It was really fun directing animals.
Yeah.
I have 5 dogs.
Okay.
So this was like a dream job for me. We were lucky enough to have this wonderful trainer, Bonnie Judd, who just, you know, trains her dogs with enthusiasm and positivity, and, you know, after every take, there'd be big applause and yay, you know, like you'd hear a mile away. So it was just a fun set. So I enjoyed that, and the dogs are so super well trained.
Yeah. Did you feel like you learned anything from the dogs, or having so many dogs yourself?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you learned something from dogs and animals?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Always. Patience. Like, I'll be fed soon. No, just, you know, just sometimes it's just like being in the moment.
Yeah.
I think dogs just show you how to just be in the moment. Rub my belly.
Yeah.
You know, don't we all just want our belly?
Yeah. And then what about as a child? Did you have an animal that was in your life that
Yeah,
made an
Snoopy.
impact?
Yeah, Snoopy was my first dog, a beagle. And it's interesting because when we were casting this movie, I wasn't sure what breeds we were going to go to, and the first thing that Bonnie asked me was, "What was your first dog?" And I said, "A beagle," you know. And then 2 months later, we're going through dogs, and then she showed me this picture of this, ultimately, Molly, who we used. And I said, I can't believe I'm using a beagle. She goes, "It always happens." She goes, "Directors will always choose their first dog." And there's just something about the floppy ears and the beautiful eyes that you can just go in really tight on these dogs' eyes, and there's just, it was a good choice.
Was it a process of figuring out what type of dog? I mean, because you guys had multiple different types.
Yes.
I know you had Molly and some Maine, but was that a process of finding the other types of dogs,
Yeah,
or
it
was
a
that?
little bit, yeah, because, you know, well, like, obviously Bailey Odin was, we had to have him sort of look like the dog from the first movie, where the first movie ended, and then from there we knew Max had to be small because he was a fighter, and then the other 2 dogs in between we weren't quite sure. We went through a few different types of dogs, and they all did screen tests. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
For real? What
For
did they have
real.
to do? They just...
For real. We lit them, and, like, you know, then we got really tight. Because, you know, dogs tell the story with their eyes, right? And so that's how you fall in love with them. Because you know, you're brought into their eyes and you just want to give them kisses. So, yeah, they had to do screen tests. They didn't have to do any dialogue.
Yeah. I thought it was so cute, and you guys were, you know, you got that emotion out, which is a wonderful thing for animal movies and everything, but you also had a lot of comedy in there.
Well, I think it was really important. Well, my background is comedy, directing comedies in television. So it was really important for me to really tap into that. Plus, Josh Gad, who voices Bailey, is a super funny guy and does a lot of comedy. So, and then our writers, Maya and Wally, our screenwriters they come from a lot of comedy also. So in a movie like this that has some dramatic moments, it's very important to balance them with lighter moments, and so we can get, you know, a little bit more of an even-keeled emotion. But that part was fun. It's just fun, like, what can we do? What would be a funny line here or there?
I loved that, and it seemed so perfect. Like, the comedy seemed so real, like, that's what a dog would actually think.
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, like, when your dog is walking around the house, I mean, like, you're always thinking, like, what is he saying or what is he thinking? And I think that's what a lot of people relate to in these dog movies, is that you're hoping that they're saying, like, what Josh is saying, and then you're hoping that you can all end up together.
Yeah. And you show the nature of, you know, an owner with their dog, but then you also show the nature of parenthood or grandparents. Can you talk more about that and what you want, you know, audience to get out of that?
Yeah, well, I think this movie is a perfect family movie. I think it's also a great date movie too, by the way. But I think it's important to see the family connection, and the fact that CJ, our character who we follow throughout the movie, kind of didn't have a very good role model in her mother. at least at the beginning. And it was nice to come full circle and have her mother come back and the family all be together.
For 100 years, community coffee has been about two things: coffee and community. 4 generations later, our passion continues to be making responsibly sourced, great-tasting coffee while giving back to the communities we serve. Let's raise a cup to the incredible communities helping to usher in our next 100 years.